Hi, welcome to this podcast. My name is Isabel Zattu Ziz. I am a senior media technician at Kibabii University. I am a co-I in community stories for modern day slavery in Migori, Kenya. Well, I have a degree in communication and journalism. In our methodology, we chose community media-based participatory research. My strength in the research project is on the media practice. We've had sessions with the community members. We ran workshops to train them in capacity building. We even have a 5-day workshop to train them on the basics of media practice. So basically, we had media practice sessions with the community members. This was a way of training them and building their capacity. Because we look also at diversity and inclusivity, we had people with different backgrounds, those who went to school, those who didn't go to school. We also had different age groups. We had youth, mothers, fathers, seniors. It was well represented, and our aim is to make them feel that this is something they can do on their own, using basic technology like phones, like just simple audio recorders, and we have free editing software which is called Audacity. That these tools are available and they can be used in very simple ways to come up with information that can help them develop, let's say, radio programs, can help them pass information, can help them collect data, can help them collect interviews, can help them record and document the events that are happening around them. So we had around 20 community group members. So we took them through, discussions on the quality of good information program, which started with the ability to conceptualize ideas and perfect the ability to hear events around their area and how they can relate to the programs that they hear from different radio programs. What is it that stands out in those programs that they can use and they can make their own programs from them. So the team was taken through how to use audio recorders, like the do's and don'ts of recording. Thereafter, the team was divided into groups where they were asked to pick a specific topic where they could do a radio program on. And since from the previous workshops we had discussed about child labor, early and forced marriages, they picked themes along child labor, early marriage, and forced marriages, and they did a small script. They did from what they were taught, so they applied this and recorded themselves. So after they were taught, like, this is an audio recorder, this is how it works, this is how it records. If you want to delete, let's say, an audio, if you want to stop, how to hold it when recording, the different in different environments, the space between the audio recorder and the person being interviewed or the interviewer. Then after that, they were introduced to Audacity. In the different groups, they interacted with Audacity, and they were taught the basics of how to edit, and they were being helped by students from Rongo University. When they learned how to do it, they were also taught on how to do mind mapping. While in this session, they learned that mind maps are ways to look, for information differently. So the different ways allows the user to get different perspectives that gives them better insight, more clarity, more peace of mind and understanding. So I learned how to make a clear and simple structure of what they want to get, with information stored in branches. So how should we get this done? And it took a while, but they realized that if they had done mind mapping before their first recording, then they could have come out with or deeper content. So that was a very productive session with positive feedback. So in their different groups, they went through the pre-production, production, and post-production process. After doing the recording, they had to play it back, and the whole team would listen and would criticize, and they'll work on it again, and something good came out of it, and they were very happy. Let's listen to one of the radio programs that they developed.
Okay, I'm Rosa K. I come from Rongo sub-county. I work with the children's right. Specifically, we are dealing with the child labor, and that's our main of discussion today. My colleague here
is Ferdinand Tomondo Tieno, Children's Officer.
Thank you.
Jenna Wino from Community-Based Organization.
I'm Victor Wino.
Thank you. Today we'll discuss specifically on the child labor, because that's the main reason as to why we are here. And child labor is the exploitation of a child that is below 18 years. Exploitation here means they are overworked, given tasks that are beyond them, and they can also work for payment. Now, Victor, we got an information from Madam Jane here as the community activist that the case has been identified in Chamgiwadu here, and you are a victim. Can you really confirm that you are a victim of child labor?
I can say yes, because I don't go to school while some of my age mates are going to school, and I also overwork at sometimes.
It's okay. And what are some of the causes of this problem?
I can say that poverty is the main cause, because back at home we are not financially stable, and my parents cannot afford to pay for me school fees and other basic needs.
It's okay. So, madam.
Okay, thank you, Victor. Because of the financial position back there, you find yourself in this situation. How is this affecting you, your life in the community as a young child?
I'm being rejected in the community by the community, and
Okay, yes, Victor, maybe you can't explain much, but we got the information from the community activist, and maybe she can help us understand much on the effect and how she identified this problem.
Okay. To me, I can add that he feels rejected because from his peer groups that he went to school with, when they are going and he's not going, the community doesn't accept him. They feel he doesn't fit with their children because he doesn't go to school. What can they discuss? So he feels he's neglected. 2, he feels he's overworked and paid for something that is not right. He feels denied of his right as a child.
So now we have got at some of the effects of this problem is that you find that people are rejecting you, and also they don't consider you as one of them. So now I want to ask, what are some of the things you have done to solve this problem?
I've tried to go back to school since the government announced that there is free school learning, but I came back after finding out that there are some payments still needed, like lunch fee and other payments which I can't afford.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you, Victor. You've given some of the effects and the challenges that you're undergoing through, and that's why we came here, because we were informed by Madam Jane that it's a problem in this area, and therefore as researchers, and we work with the Children's Office, we are looking forward for the best remedies of getting you out of that. Thank you, my colleagues.
And you could see the expression on their faces when they accomplished the task, and how they could, they feel like they have accomplished something by the end of the day. And that was very positive for us. So by the time we went to the field to collect data, they already had an idea of how to use, this media equipment. So it was a way of just working with them now that their capacity has been built. Though we had some challenges because of COVID-19, so we went through the training in 2019 November, and then COVID started in 2019 December. So we were out like the whole of 2020. We didn't go for fieldwork. So this 2021 is when we now went for fieldwork. And during this time when we were doing our fieldwork, I remember there's so much that can change overnight. Working with community needs patience, and you need to be open-minded, and you need to be in a position where you're flexible, because you can make an arrangement today. When you wake up the next morning, maybe something happened, like we had planned for a meeting with the community health workers on a specific date. So we arrived, and when we were ready for the meeting, we heard that there was a communication, I think a day earlier, that all community health workers were needed to go and help distribute mosquito nets. So, such things, you can wait for 2 hours, you can wait for 3 hours before they show up, and when they show up, it starts to rain. So it's been an interesting experience collecting data with the community members, because you can't do it on your own. We're not going out there as researchers just looking for information. We had to work with them. So there's nothing we could do without them. And there's nothing they could do without us. So it was teamwork to get this down. Even the recordings, the audio recordings, the video recordings, it has been teamwork throughout. And I think that is the most beautiful thing for me in this project. I think that is an accomplishment for me, seeing that at the end of the process, there is a capacity that has been built in these community members, and they're in a position to train others, because when their radio station now starts operating, they already have the capacity to run it, So as an institution, we'll just be supporting them, maybe just in further training or maintaining the equipment, but they're in a position to make it run by themselves. So that will be the end of my podcast for today. Thank you for tuning in.